Good morning, good day to my amiable subscribers. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. I wish you happy Christmas and New Year in advance. This video is all about fixed head pumping to 3 tanks. Now, before we start, these are the buttons, the kind of the drawing buttons and also the editing buttons. Now, these are the tank properties, the node properties, the pipe properties. So here you can make changes to the pipe properties. You can also make changes to the pump, to the tank properties, as in the pipe attributes and the tank attribute or the node attributes. So we now need to begin. So the whole thing, we're going to select the add tank button. So now place a tank here. Now, having done that, the liquid level of the tank is 2 meters. Okay, this is in Pascal. Okay, and this the surface pressure is at zero. It's an atmospheric tank. Now we'll now add a pipe to this tank from here to here. Now this tank is this one now. This pipe we added now is a steel pipe, but we're not supposed to work with a steel pipe. Now I need to change the material. I'll click change. So now from here, clicking this material tab, you can change the material. You can make changes. So the material we're supposed to use is a copper material. So we're supposed to use copper table X material. So I'll just double click to make selections. Then now the size of the pipe we're supposed to use is 54 millimeters outer diameter pipe. So the nominal size is 54 millimeters. So I will just click this transfer selected size. So it is been selected. I will now click this save pipe. So we're saving it to the pipe. Now we have invariably now the length of the pipe is 5 meters. Now we need to also change the node of this second pipe. The node of the second pipe is 5. That is the elevation of the joint is 5 meters. So I'll just say copy node elevation. So it has been changed. This one is 0. This one is at 0. If the node 1 is at 0 meter. So I haven't done that. I will just click OK. Now that is it. So we have now made the changes. So now we now need to also draw a pipe from here. Okay. Now I will select this pipe icon to add pipe icon. Draw a pipe from here to here. And the length of this pipe is still 5 meters. The pipe is still the same copper table X pipe. Then I also need to draw another pipe from here to this point. And this pipe is supposed to be 4 meters. And the material we're supposed to use a flexible PVC flexible because we're going to install pipe and pump on this line. On the next line, that is P4. On the next pipe, which is P4. So now this pipe P3 is supposed to be a PVC flexible, and the next pipe will also have to be a flexible pipe because of the pump vibration, so that it can absorb the vibration, so that it will not exert more stress on the pipe. So now that means we need to change the material. So this one is 4-inch pipe. Then we also need to change the material. So the material is not supposed to be copper. Now what we do now is we now go back. What we do, look for the, okay, this is a flexible pipe. This is a flexible pipe material, which is this PVC flexible. Just select it. Now this is the size here. It's highlighted already, so just click this transfer selected size and click save to pipe. Now the pipe value is here now. The pipe material now has been changed to this PVC flexible. Now, but before then, let me now change. Let me look at the default pipe value. So the default pipe value is still copper table X. So, but now we're not making use of top copper table X. So I'll change it to the flexible pipe. Click save. So I'll just say okay. Let me see. Okay, it has changed. So now the next pipe we're going to draw now will now be PVC flexible. So now I'll click the add pipe icon and add another pipe. Add another pipe from here, to here. Now, so it should be 5 meters. And then I also need to add another pipe from here to here. So the length of this pipe is also 5 meters. I'll add another pipe from here to here. This is another 5 meters. Then I'll not add another pipe from here to here. This should be 3 meters. But before I continue, this pipe from here is not supposed to be a PVC flexible pipe. So now I need to make changes to that pipe. So I need to come here, change it to what? A stainless steel, a stainless pipe. Sorry, not stainless, a steel pipe of schedule 40. Select that. Then the size is supposed to be 25 millimeters. Just save. So now we have changed the default pipe value. I will just say save as default option. Okay. Now I'll just click OK. Then now I will just select this icon, select these pipes. Now we'll just come to this icon, click on it. So I needed to change the, that is copy, change the material, the, the pipe material. I don't need to change the size, the length. So I'll change the material. I will change the roughness. I will change, I will also copy the internal and outer diameter. So having made that change, I will just click OK. Click OK and exit. So we are good to go. Then now the next thing, I'll also add the last pipe on this branch up to this point. Then I'll come here, change the change the joint point to a tank. Then this tank, the elevation of the tank, the liquid level should be 1 meter. The elevation of the tank is 8 meters. It's an atmospheric tank of 0 kilopascal. So now, having done this, what I'll do next is I needed to also change. Let me change to this show information. I will now need to change the elevation of this elevation of joint of that particular joint to 8 meters. Now there should be a pipe from here down to here. So this should be 8 meters. Then we draw another line from here to here. So this one is 5 meters. 5 meters, so it's okay. Then I needed to make some changes in the size. So, but before I do that, I'll leave it at that. Since the subsequent pump, okay, I will leave it at that. Since the subsequent pipe, okay, for me to do that, let me just select this pump, these pipes. So I will now, what I will do is to change the size of the pipe. The pipe is supposed to be still steel pipe, but this should be 32 millimeter outer diameter. So now I will just select this. Now, having selected these two pipes, what I will do is to change. The material is still the same. I'll change the size here. The size is 32 millimeters, nominal size. Just select this and say transfer selected size and click save. So if you check the pipe, you see that the size of the pipe has changed. So now I've changed the size of this pipe. So what I will do is just to click this, and that change is being made. So now I'll just click OK, say no. So we have done this. So now let me go back to this. I need to change this to 25, to size 25, because size 25 is what we're going to be drawing subsequently. So I need to change the default value, the default pipe value, to the pipe we're going to be drawing going forward. So now I need to now change it to 25. So I'll just click this transfer select pipe. So now click on this save pipe. Now I haven't done that, this is changed, so I will just click save as default. I will now say okay. So it has been changed as default pipe size. Now I'll just click the add pipe button icon. Now I need to draw a line from here to here, which is that line is 6 meters. Then draw another line from here up to here, that is 3 meters. Then draw another line from here to here, which is 4 meters. 4 meters. So I need to change the joint points from joint points to tank. And then the liquid level here is 1 meter. The elevation is 7 meters. So the same with this, I will select this node point. This node point, the elevation of joint should be 7 meters. Now, having done that, I needed to add another pipe from here to this point. From here to this point, then also that should be, length of that should be the length of that is 5 meters. Now it's 5 meters. So now from here to here is also 5 meters. From here to here is 3 meters. Change this to 3 meters. Then from here to here is 4 meters. Then I need to change the joint to tank. Then the liquid elevation is 1. It is an atmospheric tank. So this should be 0 kilopascal gauge. Then now you have the elevation to be 7 meters. Then the elevation of this point is also 7 meters. Now, having done all this, we now need to add in our fittings. Now the fittings on this, now for me to add fittings, I can come here, select these fittings and add it to the pipe, or I'll select the pipe, then select this to add fittings. Now let's use this one. Let me select this. I'll come to this pipe or select it because I want to add fittings there. Now I needed a standard bend. I need to add a standard bend to it. I also need to add a gate valve. Just double click, you add it, or there's another way to add it there. So now I will just, like this one now, I need to add pipe exit to container. So now I will select this, then come to here. There is another way to add to this. So it's add selected item onto pipe. So you just click this, so it's selected. It's added now. So now this one is supposed to be at the end of the pipe. The gauge valve at the end of the pipe. Now I will just say save. So that is it here. So having done this, I can select this, then select this icon here. Now what I will do now is, okay, I'll select this icon, right click, say set as default, or I can come to this small button and click set as default. Say yes. Now having set this as default, what I will do next is I will select this icon, this select individual pipe and nose icon. I will now select this one, this. Having selected that, I will now click on this. Now you see those pipes are selected. So what I will do now is, under this I needed to replicate these three pipes. What I only need to replicate there is just to copy the fittings. It's just only the fittings. I will just click this copy fittings, click OK, and click OK, then click no. Now you see the fittings are here now. If you look, you see the fittings are all there placed. So they are placed in all these places now. So now, having done that, I also need to add fittings here. And the fittings I need to add here is just elbow. Now I will just come here, select this add fittings, select this pipe, then select this standard bend, then select this as selected item onto the pipe, then it should be at start. So I say okay. So having done this, and this is selected, I can just right click, select it. Let me select it, right click, and make it, I set it as default. Now having set this at default, I can now select this, select this, because I needed to add the same kind of fitting, so there is no need to repeat it. So what I'll do, I'll just come select this. Now the only thing I'll copy is just the fittings. I'll just copy, say okay, so I'll close, say no. Now I've copied the fittings there. Now the next thing I'll also do is, I needed to add fittings here. I need to add fittings here. So now the fitting I need to add there is a branch. So I will just click on this fitting icon, click on this pipe that I want to add fitting on. The fitting I want to add there is just a branch T. Just select the branch T, select this button, add selected item onto the pipe, and click the save button. Having done this, I will just select this, right click, set as default, say yes. Then I will now select this icon. I haven't selected that icon. I need to change this to that. I need to change, that is, add that fitting here. I also need to add the fitting here. Now these are the places I needed to add the fitting. So what I will do next is, I will now click on this, these are the fittings. I just say copy, so I'll just click copy. Okay, okay, no. So the fittings are added now. Now I also need to add fittings here. Need to add fitting there. The fitting I needed to add there is just a through T. Select, I will select the through T, then come here, add select items. And then I'll click save. Then the next thing I will do is I will add, as this thing is selected, I can just select here to add the control, or I just select here and place a control here on the pipe. Now the control valve, what the control valve I needed to add there is flow control valve. So I needed to control the flow on each of these three lines that are supplying to this reservoir, these three river tanks. So what I will do now, I will use a flow control valve to control the flow that the fluid that is going to those tanks. So I need to name the fluid now, the control valve. I'll call it FCV, which is for flow control valve, and it's 80 liter per minute. Now I will now need to change this to minutes, liter per minute. So just change this value here to 80 liters per minute. I'll click OK. I'll click the OK button here. Now, having added this, I will now come here. I need to add the fittings here too. So the fitting I needed to add here, so I will just come here, select this pipe, add a bend there. So I'll select the standard bend, select this, add select item onto the pipe, and that is it. Then I also need to select the control valve, then place it here, and the name should be the same thing, 80 liters per minute. Now I need to change to select 8 liters per minute, then this is 80 liters per minute. So I will just click OK. Now it's here. Now I needed to also copy this fitting, so I will now select this pipe, right click and set as default, say yes. Then I'll select this icon, select this pipe, select this adjust attributes of selected pipe. Now what I needed is just the fittings, so the fittings, that is what I'll copy to that pipe. So I will just click copy fittings. So when you check now, I've copied the fittings. Now I also need to copy the control. You see there is a control is here, so I need to copy the control. I'll just click copy the control, say OK, click OK, say no. Now if you see the control is here, we have copied the control, but I needed to change the flow control. I don't want it to be 80, so what I want it to be is 78. So I change it to 78. It's 8 liters per minute, so this is supposed to be 78 liters per minute. I say OK. Now having done all this, we have added almost all the fittings. Now we have not added fittings here. Now on this pipe I needed to add a pump. I need to add a pump gate and a gate valve. So now on this pipe So now I'll add a pump first, select it, say okay, say yes. Now, this, what we want to do is we want to set head. That is, we want to set a fixed head. To do fixed head, you just come say set head increase. So now we want to use 20 meters per feet. So now that is the set head we want to use. So now we just click save pump to pipe. Now, having done that, we also need to add fittings. So we'll click this, we'll click on the pipe. Now I need to add a gate valve. So a gate valve, where is it? Look at the gate valve, select the gate valve. So the gate valve is highlighted. Then now we'll now select this button, add select item onto the pipe, and click save. So now the gate valve is here, but let me select it. We need it to be at the end. Let me select the part there. We need it to be at the end. So this is not supposed to be at the start. We need to be at the end. So I'll need to select this position. So I'll just say save. So it is now at the end. So now we also need to add fittings here too. So now what I'll do, I'll just select these fittings, select this pipe. Then I need to add standard able. Click on this button. Then the next one, I also need to add a gate valve. Select this gate valve, select this add selected item onto the pipe. Then the gate valve is supposed to be at the end, while the bend, this standard bend is supposed to be at the beginning of the pipe. So now if you see, so that is it. So we are done with this. So on this other side, we needed to add a bend, a standard bend, because when you check, there should be a bend here. So because the thing now, there's a bend here, so we needed to add a bend there too. So we just need to select this standard bend, click on add selected item onto the pipe, then click save. Then here, there's supposed to also be a fitting. Now there's a fitting, the pipes, there's a fitting that connects the pipe to the tank. So that is what we're supposed to add. We'll select it, and that fitting is pipe entry projection, which is this. I'll just select it, then add selected item onto the pipe, then save, which is this now. So we have just added all we needed to add. We have also added the pump. So I hope we are not missing out anything. Let me see. Now from here, there is pipe entry projection good. There is a bend because the pipe changes direction here. There is also a bend because the pipe changes direction here. There is a check valve to isolate the pump. Sorry, there is not a check valve. There should be a check valve anyway, but there is a gate valve to isolate the pipe. There is also a gate valve here, so in case there is any issue too. Then now there is a T because there are there's you can say there are branches here. So now there is a T here. There is also a T here because there's a branch here. So there is okay. Everything is fine. So what I will do now is to run the program by clicking the calculate button. So let's click the calculate button and see what happens. So the thing solves without any issue. So let's look at what the results are. Now, so these are the pipe information. So these are the flow rates, volume flow in meter cube per. Okay, let me change it to let me change the units. So let me change the flow rate to the value we use, which is liter per minute. Click OK. So it's in liter per minute now. So when you add all of them, you have 80 plus 80 plus 78 will give you 238. So that is it, give you 238, which is what it gives us here, the flow rate. So this pipe is 78. Now, okay, going to that other side is 160. Yes, 160 because they branched off to get 80. So 80 plus 80 will give you 160. So you just let me see, let me show you. Here it's supposed to be 160. Here is 80. Here is 80. So when you add them together, it gives you 160. Now, if you look at the color coding, for the velocities, you see here is red, meaning the velocity is high there. The velocity is high. Now, for this point is the velocity is 2.3. Here is 2.7. Here is 2.39. Here is 2.39. Here is 2.33. So meaning the velocity is very high here, 2.7. Now let's look at the pressure head. Okay, the pressure head is already 20. I mean the pump head. The pump head is 20. We use 20. Now the flow rate should be 130. Sorry, 238. Where is it? The flow rate 238, correct. So that is it. So now we're done. Thank you for watching. Please, if you like these videos, please subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so that when I make new videos, you'll be the first to see it. And also, if you like it, please hit the like buttons and also do well to share it to others. Thank you.